I know you must have seen this clip by now. This is Strickland sparring that guy Sneako, and Sneako is the guy that originally was bullying Mikey Musumeci, and Mikey wanted to fight him. He's like this streamer guy that got really popular.
He was bullying Mikey?
Yeah, remember?
How so? I know Mikey wanted to beat him up, challenge him with jiu-jitsu.
He was saying why are these guys all autistic or whatever
Okay.
when Mike was explaining stuff. So yeah.
I don't know the Sneako. I don't know how these kids get big. I mean, God bless them. I'm sure it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, streamers.
Yeah. Here's the thing with this. So this is at the Apex. Where this took place, I'm pretty sure this is at the UFC Apex.
It says Icon Meal, so I imagine it is.
Yeah. So it's a UFC controlled content. You have Forrest Griffin there. You have Jake Shields is there as well. So this is all orchestrated. This is all designed. So I don't know. A bit of it makes me feel. Again, this might be my age showing. It seems just kind of scummy. It's just weird to me. I don't know the Sneako kid. I know he's talking shit about Mikey. That's our boy. It's weird to have a guy who was a former world champion just kind of tee off on him. Even though he asked for it. Ignorance is bliss. The kid's an idiot, clearly, if you're going to get beat up by Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's the perfect guy for it. And Sean, he says, I'm doing the Lord's work. I'm beating up influencers. But by partaking in it, Sean's influencing a significant amount of people as well. Like, we're all influencers. Now, Sean has way more skill and has earned his right to be an influencer in the fight space, right? He's a perfect guy to beat up these influencers, It's just something weird about it. It's all orchestrated by the UFC.
Interesting.
It's like with the Nelk boys being like the forefront of MMA media. Not hating on it. I'm not a journalist, so I don't compete with them. I don't give a shit. So it's just a weird route they're going. Like, all this had to be like Sneako had to get okay from the UFC, from Dana White. They had to call Sean Strickland. Like, this wasn't like it wasn't like he showed up at Sean Strickland's gym in Orange County. It was like, yo, man, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. That's different. The UFC cameras are there. Sneako's guy's there. You got Forrest Griffin there, works for the UFC. The UFC had to okay this. I'm sure you had to sign some, waivers. It just, I don't know. It feels weird to me. Am I off on this?
No, I mean, it just seems like this is a marketing technique, which isn't wrong. It's like they're still kind of creating this character of Sean Strickland beating up, influencers or beating up whoever. Like, he had them running with Machine Gun Kelly. It just adds to like this character of Sean Strickland.
Yeah, and I love Sean Strickland, what he stands for. It's just
you just chalk it up as like marketing, and it's like whatever.
Yeah, and I think for Strickland, why I'm okay with Strickland doing it is, I think if they called Strickland and was like, hey, Sneako's come down to your gym, we fight him, no cameras, be like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Other guys wouldn't. They're doing it for the views. They're doing it for the clout, But it's I don't know, and it's brilliant by the UFC too. Listen, you're talking a dinosaur here, I haven't kept up with what the kids dig, nor do I want to. It's just not what I do. But the UFC realized, like, okay, some of the fan base has fallen off. Whether they started with The Ultimate Fighter 1, they became fans. Maybe they had families, got too busy, and they've fallen off. And then you get the Ronda Rousey wave and the Conor McGregor wave. Those fans are on board. They've kind of fallen off. So now they can see the metrics, like, we need to do something here, man. So then the Nelk boys, this younger audience, they're all casuals. They're just, they're the ones that are going, how would John Jones and Strickland do? They don't know the in and outs of the game, not that you need to. So the UFC is really putting all their eggs in that basket. I get it. It's working for them. This is part of that. They've decided to take out all the journalists from this, like legit journalists, like Luke Thomas, Ariel, like those legit guys, take them out and insert these influencers, because the UFC doesn't really care about that. They care more about the views. So if you're looking at a legit journalist like Luke Thomas, who let's say has 100,000 followers, or you have the Nelk boys who reach, 50 million people, they're going, bring in those guys who are going to ask us what it's like to get hit in the face, It's just they decided to go a different direction. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't dig it. It's not for me. Like, I don't watch those interviews, where Dana's talking about UFC 300. They're like, oh, you're going to make the fights. It's like, what? Like there's no like engaging questions, you know. Those guys are gonna ask about fighter pay. Those guys are gonna ask about, you know, certain matchups and what the fallouts. It's like Dana's way or the highway, and they're just riding his nuts, you know. But for Dana, it's great. It's great. Great marketing, new fan base. I get all of it. I'm not hating on any of it. Is it for me? No. I don't watch it.